Alright, y'all. Today I got a little interesting video for y'all, but don't mind me being shirtless. I'm admiring myself being awk today. But got a little bit of an interesting video to check out with you guys, bro. This guy has killed a crocodile, giant crocodile, with a bow and arrow. As we know, or if you guys know, I'm very into shooting bow and arrow. I only do really target practice and things of that nature. But one day I want to go hunting, see how that works out. See if I got a knack for that just a little bit. So we're gonna check out this guy's video because it looks super interesting. It's by Bomar Bow Hunting. Um, it is a 42-minute long video. We're not gonna watch the entire thing. I'm gonna just skip to like the parts I want to really hit on with you guys. I have watched this video twice before, but I really want to give my commentary on this video. So let's actually get into it.
On today's episode, we are attempting to hunt the largest crocodile in history with a bow and arrow.
The largest, the biggest.
This croc is beyond monstrous, and it is
the biggest.
100% wild, free-ranging, and living in the jungles of Tanzania. Now, guys, this hunt was brutal and life-threatening, to say the least. To hone in on this beast, we had to get down into the mosquito-infested swamps, where I contracted a deadly virus called malaria.
Well, I have malaria. That's great.
This dude got malaria, cuh. Bro, you know how crazy that be? That's one thing about hunting. It's kind of like a concern. Like bugs and stuff. I love outdoor activities and being outdoors. I don't like bugs all that much. And like mosquitoes and things that can give you illness and sicknesses. Bro, that junk. That's like a concern of mine. It ain't that big of a concern because it felt like shot indestructible, you know what I'm saying? Unbreakable. Captain Man shit. But nah, I think that's like still like crazy though.
If you're all thinking to yourself,
Highly
does that sound familiar? Well, it's because
dangerous.
Malaria ranks as one of the top infectious global diseases, killing almost 1 million people per year.
Bro, and look at all the like African countries, bro. Free my folk in Africa, bro. I got love for y'all.
So yeah, it wasn't ideal for me to contract that disease. But on top of that, I contracted some sort of parasitic infection from doing an autopsy on a crocodile with open cuts.
This is crazy. No glove, just raw dogging it. This gator look nasty, dude. Like, I look like mud and this don't even look like a gator, cuz.
All over my hands. I know, it was
stupid.
Look
like a gator,
but this
bro.
infection
crazy.
ravaged my body, and I was literally blood 20 times a day, and I ended up losing 25 pounds, and I genuinely thought I was going to die.
See, bro, and all he needed to do was like throw on some gloves, bro. Oh, it saved him so much life, so much struggle.
Malaria, and after 10 days of pure death on the toilet, I survived that too.
That PPE.
So enjoy this wild adventure. It is action-packed, and we also captured footage that is so rare, this may be the first time it's ever been documented in the wild. So trust me, guys, you don't want to miss this. We also packed this episode full of little mini hunts with kill shots throughout the entire video.
Those are the parts I might skip over.
So if you guys would do me a huge
I just want
favor,
y'all to see like this croc and just like the sheer spectacle. Let me grab my
this from start to finish. We spent a ton of time putting this episode together, and I would hate for you guys to miss any of the details. So let's get ready, fam. We are diving headfirst into this extraordinary adventure of many lifetimes. I hope you enjoy it. To kick off this world record quest, we have to go back to 2021 when we went to Tanzania for the first time. On that trip, we hunted many amazing animals.
I want to visit Tanzania. I want to visit all across Africa. I think Africa's a beautiful place before European colonialism. You can do your homework on that. You know, I'm a black American. You know, my people, you know, been around since slavery and things of that nature. But genetics, you know, went into my ancestry and things of that nature. My peoples came from Nigeria and Ghana. In terms of like my genetic makeup, it's mostly Nigerian and Ghanaian.
and we fed so many people. It was truly an incredible
Tanzania, I see some pictures of Tanzania. I want to visit Ghana, South Africa, and Tanzania, and probably like Uganda.
But my #1 animal that year was to hunt a monster croc. However, this was also Sarah's #1 animal. So when we only found one ancient beast to hunt, I decided to be a gentleman and let my 6-month pregnant wife hunt that crocodile. Let's dive into that hunt.
Now she clicked this John. I watched the video of this one. Nailed it, John. That's also like my freaking dream animal. Like I want to hunt one day. I want to take down a bear, like a large grizzly bear. And I want to take down an alligator or a crocodile. Those are like my like top 3. Take me out a gator, turn him to some shoes, some fresh kicks, bro. Facts. Now she smoked this nigga, bro. Look at it. Fuck. Oh. Oh. That's what happened. You get an arrow to the side. Oh. So Winnie the Pooh.
As you can see, she made a perfect shot
Mickey
on this
Mouse.
Magnum 15.5-foot croc that would break the world record for the largest croc ever hunted by a female with a bow.
This was, like I said, the most insane hunt I think I've ever done.
Obviously, I was very proud of her, but I hoped one day I'd get my own chance at a monster crocodile. 2 years later, I would get that very chance.
2 years later.
Is that story.
Facts.
We went back to the same place where we hunted before.
So like it goes like a lot of preparation into like catching like a beast like this.
In hopes to find another monster croc. But this year we went all in. In fact, Donnie with African Bow Hunting Adventures went out 2 weeks early to help scout with Dusty and Lauren in hopes to find a monster croc to hunt. And after 10 days of searching up and
shoot, my audio went out, bro. All right, we back.
They found an absolute monster. They couldn't believe their eyes. This was one of the biggest crocs they had ever seen. So Donnie took out his camera and snapped this very photo.
Damn. That's not bigger than me. Also, I'm one of them ones. I seen a video of a gator chasing down a guy. I know this is a crocodile. Not the same thing, I don't think. I don't think they have the same physical capabilities. But I think I can outrun a gator. I can't outswim a gator, but I think I can outrun a gator, personally. You know what I'm saying? Ignorance is bliss. But I'm outrunning a gator, bro. I can't see them moving faster than me.
As you can see, this was an absolute monster, but we wanted a better idea of just how big he really was. So after the croc had moved off, Donnie went down and measured in the sand where that croc was. And when they measured it, they couldn't believe their eyes. This croc was well over 16 feet in length, which means this very croc, if shot with a bow and arrow, would be the new all-time world record. So my entire focus was going to be on this croc. It was going to be him or nothing.
Look at the giraffes. I love giraffes.
So when we arrived at camp, we went right back to the same place Donnie and Dusty had spotted him the first time. And we began setting up the blind and strategizing our next moves to hunt this beast.
We're setting everything up for a freaking monster croc. Now it's just gonna be sitting all day long.
Like setting up blinds and junk.
Hoping smaller crocs come in, and with him being
like
the
a small
big,
little crib,
dominant, oldest croc on this section of the river, he comes in to take what's rightfully his. We're going full draw and sending the beast broadhead through him. That's the plan. So we'll see if we can make it happen.
After getting our spot all set up, we still had some light left, so we decided to leave the spot and go hunt some bush pigs for the remainder of the evening. After getting our spot all set up, we still had...
I think I got my audio figured out now. Yeah. Should be good now. All right, let's
some light left, so we decided to leave the spot and go hunt some bush pigs for the remainder of the evening.
Bush pig. I'm not mistaken, they did like eat these animals, I think. Which I've heard that's actually bad. Eating wild caught game. At least from what I heard, like I heard like that's where like the like Ebola outbreaks in Africa be coming from, like them eating like bush meat. Um, I'm not sure if it's true. I don't want to assert negativity on my kinfolk over in Africa, but that's just what I've heard. I'm not sure, but I've heard that wild caught game is not good to eat.
And right at last light, we snuck in on this monster old beast lurking in the swamp.
All right.
Next day, we were at an all-time high with anticipation for that giant croc. So we snuck in silently, expecting to see the croc claiming his food and guarding his territory.
See, bro, like it's the next day. They still trying to bait the croc in. It takes a while to like bait an animal. You gotta be like super quiet, bro. Like they can sense you, like they can feel even like subtle vibrations. I think that's so wild.
For hours and saw quite a few crocs, but none of them were that 16-footer that Donnie and Dusty had spotted earlier. Obviously this was concerning. Large crocs are very territorial, and once they have a kill,
I wonder how they can tell
and don't let other crocs near it.
What the freak? Like, I guess like you just know what the croc looks like, but I wonder how can you like tell like crocs apart from each other?
But then all of a sudden, both small crocs swam off. This could only mean one thing: something big was coming, something really big.
Big dad coming.
Big crocodile, man. Dude, he's big. No, that's definitely him.
Big dad coming.
It was him, and he was coming our way.
It's Dada Man.
Oh my God. That's our boy.
I was face to face with the largest crocodile ever seen by a bow hunter.
Look at that thing. Look at him. Wow.
Look at him.
Oh my God.
The adrenaline rush was so intense it took every ounce of mental discipline to keep it together.
A freaking monster, bro. I would have thrown on my little junk, right? I would have thrown on my little junk in my big cam. You know what I'm saying? On my recurve shooters. Stand up. You know what I'm saying? All respect to the compound bow as well. You know what I'm saying? I got me a little cheap one. Whatever. I would have up. You know what I'm saying? I would have up straight aluminum. Straight aluminium. You know what I'm saying? Right in his face. He'd have to chase me down. He'd have to chase me down. I'm gonna tell you like it is. I would have popped one. Bah! There ain't no running. You gonna have to chase me down. I rack another aluminum. I'm not even right-handed with this junk. Is this my right? No. I shoot it. I done hit myself. Shoot like this, right? Riding his jump, bro. I'm telling you. Come on.
Dude, he's big. He's a monster. I want him.
This is huge, though, bro. You can make a few pair of shoes out of it.
Freaking gnarly monster.
I ain't lying. Munching.
It's like straight out Jurassic Park.
I wonder what food tastes like to animals, though. Since they're like eating it raw, no flavor, it's just like nutrients, I guess. Look at how he looking. It's evil Barney.
Oh my God. It's freaking gnarly. Man, he's just straight in. I thought he would have more out of the water. The water's a little too deep, and he is just pacing.
He's down and swallows, man.
With him facing me, I had no shot. I needed him to be broadside, but we were running out of light.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, if you got a gun, you just aim at this little point right here. I know it's like that with gators. Gators got like a little soft spot in their head. Maybe crocodiles is the same, but if you have like a gun, or if you have just like a superb aim with the bow, you might can like beam him right here and hit him in his pea brain.
Also, we couldn't get into some action here if he turns to
Hard
fight
shot,
off one of the crocs or something.
Definitely want to aim for
But
definitely want to aim for an organ.
Returned, and I eventually ran out of light.
We'll get out here and come back first.
Dang, so he was sitting there a long time.
He'll come and beach himself right next to the feed. If he beaches himself tomorrow during the day, then we should get a chance.
After that encounter, it was a restless night, knowing we were heading back to that very blind.
It take a long time to eat, don't he? It's like the whole evening just sitting there.
We got in the blind before daylight, and we sat in the dark, expecting to hear the giant croc eating or him fighting off other crocs. But to our surprise, it was eerily quiet. When it finally got daylight enough to see, our worst nightmare had came true. Not only was the meat not eaten, but he was gone. We sat for a few hours in hopes to see him, but he was nowhere to be found.
We didn't think what actually happened would happen, and that's when he's gone.
With him not giving us a good shot the first time, we decided to take the opportunity to move the meat closer, so if he came back and fed, he'd be in a much better position for a shot.
So this river's full of crocodiles, but we're not after just any crocodile. We're after an ancient 60-plus-year-old, potentially even 80-year-old
I would have got me one
crocodile.
of those smaller crocs
It'll
as
be
well.
the shot of my life if I can make it happen on a world record crocodile.
I don't love it again.
At the same time we were doing this, Lauren radioed into the anti-poaching team, who was just upstream a couple miles, and asked them to keep an eye out for a big giant croc. And they radioed back, "It's funny you said."
Don't shoot my jump, bro. Don't be shooting my croc, man. Leave that for me. I don't know if they even poach crocs, but you don't touch my trophy, nigga. Not lying.
Say that. We saw a big one early this morning cruising down the river. And Lauren and I looked at each other and we said, this has to be our giant croc. So we immediately went there and met with the anti-poaching team and began strategizing our next move.
Well, it's at that bend there where those big trees are. You see there's that almost look like there's flowers on those reeds. If you come, that's an island. If you come to the right, there's like dead trees in the river.
They're in like these documentaries and junk. It's almost like they never run into like other harmful animals.
That's where they saw him.
We're pretty close. These anti-poaching guys, they've seen a lot of crocs, and he said it was a monster. So it's pretty good intel from a very credible source. So we're hoping that it all plays out for us, because we are getting down to the wire to make this work. So we gotta hope that this comes together for us.
We went up and down the river searching for this giant croc and looking for any signs of where he could be.
You get a good proper look at him now. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, that's 1,000% him, dude. Boys, that's awesome. We just might get ourselves a world record crocodile with a bow, so.
We couldn't believe what we were seeing. The giant croc was back, but it was too late to get in the blind. So we headed back to camp to get some rest, because at first
Charizard came
we'll
back.
be sitting in that blind.
Day 27 to 28, bruh. They just barely caught him. By the skin of their
As it
teeth.
got light, we could see there was a big croc already at the meat, but it wasn't him. This was not a good sign. Giant crocs are very territorial and would never allow another croc to move in on his kill like this. We were afraid he had moved off again. With it being day 27 of our 28-day safari, we were out of time and our spirits dropped.
That's the morning time still. He might be back. Who's that?
But then we saw a large weight coming from around the corner, and the croc that was at the meat turned to face what was coming. And that is when we saw it. It was him. The giant croc was back. But to our surprise, the smaller croc swam out to meet him. And when they met, the smaller croc bit the giant croc in the face. We couldn't figure out why he was putting up with this. Then we realized what was happening. This wasn't just any croc. It was a large female, and she was in heat, and she was here to breed.
Yeah, man. Because when it's time to breed, when I'm in heat, want some butt, you just chomp down right on their face, bro. That's how you get it done. That's how you assert what you want. That's how they doing, bro. That's how they moving, I'm telling you.
What you're about to witness has rarely ever been documented in the wild, let alone with two crocs of this size. What you're about to see is a mating ritual documented in 4K at 240 frames per second. This is truly a once-in-a-lifetime capture. I hope you enjoy.
Wow. Gator sex. We're gonna get up out of here, man. We're gonna get up out of this gator coitus. So skip through that.
We sat in complete silence, not moving the slightest muscle. Knowing he would likely feel the vibration, we watched and hoped he wouldn't sense us and come all the way in. But he stayed submerged, carefully not exposing himself. Finally, after a while, he felt there was no danger and decided to come into the meat.
Freaking dinosaur, bro. A Barney, bro. And they just let this big nigga just like reproduce like right in front of him. It's crazy.
His leg was covering his vitals, so I had to wait. Finally, it moved forward, and it was time to take my shot.
Crazy.
Adrenaline flooded my body as I went full draw, taking aim on the largest crocodile.
He's not even knowing what's coming. This gator don't even know, bro. You're about to get hit with the meanest sting of your life.
I took a deep breath and channeled my adrenaline to extreme focus and took my shot.
Hold on. You're shooting with dude, bro. We gotta live vicariously through our, this vid. On set. Boom! Look at him. Oh!
That was a good shot. That was good. Smashed.
My shot looked great. It was a little low, but it looked good.
Oh, my side.
The beast broadhead went in deep, and that's a big 2-inch cut. So I felt really good that we would find it.
Man, 2 inches.
When you shoot them in the lungs, they beach themselves pretty quickly. So we ran down to the beach to scan the edges, looking to see if he surfaced.
I just made the shot of my life. What an absolute mega giant crocodile. And this is day freaking 27 of our trip. When I got my chance, I made it count. I was trying to get steady, then I waited until it settled. And it settled, and my pin was like buried all the way to the fletchings. I think maybe they won't. Again, my only concern is it in the heart.
We were pretty confident I hit him in the heart, so it was time to try and recover him.
Well, we've given it about an hour and a half since we shot my croc. So we went and got the boat. We're gonna get the boat in and get long sticks and start poking for him, because I don't want to wait 2 days for him to float. So I brought treble hooks. We'll try to find him and get him up. Otherwise, we'll have to wait a few days for him to float. But either way, we feel pretty good about the shot. Just a tick low into the heart. And you're like, heart shots are great. Not on Crocs, you went lungs. So I was just a little bit lower than I should have been. I thought about the distance where he's at.
Man, they got hands just down in there.
A little bit to that side.
They is brave people, bro. They just in the water. Next thing you know, you feel some teeth biting your ass.
But after grid searching this entire section of river and throwing a treble hook everywhere we could, we didn't find anything. Doubt began to creep in. If I missed his heart, I had to have hit him in the liver. So we decided to leave a tracker at the spot where I shot him, just to keep an eye out in case he surfaces. And the rest of us left and searched downstream to see if we could find him.
Is that a croc?
Yeah, I thought it was a croc.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, shoot, where are you at? Can you see him?
Then an hour later, Lauren gets a radio call from the tracker, and he said, "Ninamwona," which in Swahili means, "I see him." We couldn't run fast enough. We rushed back immediately to see with our own eyes, and sure enough, it was him.
Barney.
Do you see where that broken down palm is?
Yep.
He's just underneath it to the left. You can see the fletching.
Man, look at him, bro.
I
Yeah,
had
damn, bro, my stomach hurt.
to have missed his heart by less than an inch and hit him in his liver. Yes, this was a fatal shot, but we wanted to get another arrow in him as soon as possible.
So I would have a shot if we came on this side of him.
The only place where I usually come to look over here is where that tree is under there, but you'll be right on top of him.
So Lauren and I went back and forth strategizing a game plan to get a follow-up shot. And this is what we came up with. Right where that croc was, there was a big tree only 10 yards away from him. If we can make it to that tree, I could go full draw and come over top the embankment and shoot the croc between the eyes, hitting him in the brain. This was not going to be easy. Many of you probably don't know this, but a croc's brain is literally the size of a walnut. Not to mention, it's encased in nearly
Stupid, bro. Freaking dumb, bro. Ain't not a thought between his eyeballs.
impenetrable, thick,
He ain't got enough space for ideas.
bony skull designed to withstand the strongest bite force in the entire animal kingdom. But this was our best option. The river was deep, and when he dies and sinks, the current could carry him miles, and it would be very difficult to find him. So now I had to spot and stalk within 10 yards of a giant crocodile, go full draw and shoot a walnut encased in nearly impenetrable bone with a bow and arrow. What could go wrong? Now, with that croc being on the other side of the river, we decided to leave the cameraman on this side of the river and then drive way upstream and cross the river with the truck. And then we were going to park it about a mile away and stalk in barefoot from there. With no
That junk took forever, I bet.
way of communicating with the cameraman, he didn't know when I was going to shoot. So I just had
Cameraman just got the camera for at least like an hour and 30, bro. For at least an hour and 30. Because he just waiting for him to pull up.
to hope he would capture the moment. As we got closer and closer to the big tree, we knew the croc was right under it. But right when we got to the tree, I heard the water churn. Despite being extremely quiet, I knew he had felt our footsteps and was about to leave. My instincts took over and I ripped my bow back and shot as fast as possible as he was sinking into the depths of the river. As luck would have it, the cameraman turned the camera on just in time to capture me shooting. I watched my arrow fly perfect, hitting the exact spot I was aiming, burying deep into the skull of the croc, no doubtably hitting his walnut-sized brain. Instantly, all the thrashing stopped and the water went still. He was dead. He slowly sank into the depths of the river. So we got out the treble hook and I tossed it in. I hooked him immediately and began pulling him to the edge of the river.
Giant lizard, man. Got this little ass boat.
From there, we were able to get the truck close with the winch and pulled this 2,000-pound animal out of the water.
2,000 pounds. Bro, 2,000 pounds, that's like 2,000 bags of 1 pound pennies. Or something.
Oh my God.
There's my huge boy.
We took our time and
never thought in a million years that I'd be chasing freaking crocodiles in the wilds of Tanzania. I mean, it's just truly a dream come
true. Just got the arrow right in his dome, bro. Look how tall, look how big this junk is. Dang, bro. That's just not outrunning me, bro. You just not fast enough, bro. I know you're not, man. I'm telling you, man. But that's gonna be the end of this here video, bro. I hope y'all enjoyed it, bro. See me in the next video, man. Alright, that's it. Say bye.